People still think the price of Bitcoin is going to go down, but I don't think it is. In today's video, I'm going to explain to you why. I don't think the price of Bitcoin is going to go down, at least today, because we're going to liquidate a bunch more people. And it really does look that way. There are too many people piling into shorts. Those shorts have now got trapped from the drop down what you had last night. That drop down created a huge buying opportunity. I hope you stayed up till 5 a.m. like me and bought the dip there. Yes, some of our trades suffered a little bit during the course of that drawdown, but as long as you're not over leveraging yourself, you should be in a very good spot right now in preparation for the impending altcoin season that is definitely going to start happening over the course of the next couple of weeks. Altcoins are going to start popping soon. Bitcoin will pop first, but as soon as Bitcoin dominance starts reducing, we're going to see a huge boost in the altcoin markets. Today, we've got so many things to discuss. Crypto news about the Blackrock Bitcoin ETF, as well as, of course, looking at that liquidation heat map, assessing what's going to happen to the price of Bitcoin, showing you my current open trades, of which there is now about $300,000 profit that I've taken, but I've also got a bunch more trades open. So I'm going to show you those in today's video. Make sure you've slapped a like on this. I really do appreciate it. It's amazing to see the community growing again. It's amazing to see the market re-inflating, and we're all making very good profits right now. So slap a like, subscribe, and let's crack on with the first thing in today's video, which is the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. This heat map here shows you at which points various different people are going to get liquidated. On this here, what is first of all making my interests peaked is this level of liquidation here, where there is $32 million of liquidations at $41,961. If we go up a little bit here, though, it gets even more yellow, where there is 37 million and 27 million. What we're expecting from this is it to just basically smash through all of these here and potentially even end up as high as $43,000 before the end of the day. This would cause a mass amount of liquidations, but at the same time, we've got to be wary. Look, if we start going into this range here, this could cause what's called cascading liquidations. When you have cascading liquidations, and again, there's a $32 million one there, $30 million one there, $14 million one there. When you have cascading liquidations, what that does is, let me explain it on a Bitcoin chart. When Bitcoin's price starts declining like you have here, Bitcoin's price might only mean to decline to here. But because there are so many futures positions opened, when those futures positions are liquidated and they're all long positions, that dumps the Bitcoin onto the market, creating huge volume spikes like what you see here, and that creates a huge buying opportunity, because if you know that's the key level of support, you know that anything in this range here is to be bought, and so you buy in that range. That's what we've been doing here on the channel for just as long as I can remember at this point in time. But that's also what you've got to be careful of when it comes to your own liquidation point, because when we enter into the next realm of liquidations, which would be up here, it would be a crack of the top here. So if we was to make Bitcoin's price go above $41,955, we'd then start experiencing cascading liquidations to the upside. In terms of the upside target for Bitcoin at that point in time, well, we need to go over to the hourly chart just to get a little bit more perspective on the markets, and then I'm going to draw a little line here, and basically it is so simple. It's so simple. We'll literally just come up and we'll hit the top of this level here, somewhere around $43,000, and then likely get rejected all the way to the bottom of this trading formation here. That's likely what will happen. We are forming a very interesting formation right now, because when you exclude the anomaly there, what you can see is that Bitcoin is actually forming a very nice bull pennant. But at the same time as that bull pennant, we have also another bearish formation within this bullish formation, and that bearish formation, if I'm to draw it on the chart right here, would be a diamond top pattern. So we've got one bearish formation, one bullish formation, and a bunch of, it is so difficult to trade this market right now and make sure you get the move correct. There are conflicting things in the market that are basically telling different answers, and it's really, really unclear. I'm doing my best to navigate it as best as possible. What I am finding, though, is that Ethereum is possibly easier to trade right now, and that's because what we've been experiencing on Ethereum is this. This is the value of Ethereum versus Bitcoin declining. When Ethereum's Bitcoin value is declining, like what it's been doing recently, you know that at some point in time it's going to pump like it did here, and pump up this the other day in the span of a 2.5 hour span here, if it wants to focus, was a 1.36% jump in price against the value of Bitcoin, which also increased 1% in price at the same time, giving an Ethereum a 2.3% increase in price, which is very, very nice. Now, if you look at the charts here today, you can see that basically Bitcoin, or rather Ethereum versus Bitcoin, is down 1%. Ethereum is down 1.45%, and Ethereum is down 0.49%. That's because Ethereum also trades separately to Bitcoin. It doesn't just trade in US dollars, it also trades in Bitcoin. So therefore you've got a different chart that you need to learn and study basically. Anyway, going back to it, Bitcoin still has got this humongous CME gap open here. That is an element of concern for me. It's not something that I look forward to filling at all. But on alliance blocks like tokens right now, I think there is really good opportunities on the markets for investing in tokens at this moment in time. You can see the alliance block price down today 7%. It is forming what is a bullish pattern. It should break to the upside. I've got some interesting content coming out about alliance block very soon. Also, Naga has been starting to rise back to the upside. Very, very nice to see. But in terms of my current open trades, what do we have open right now? Because not all of the trades are winners. And it's important to stress, not every decision you make in crypto is a good one. It's just not. And so I'm going to show you everything. As I always do, we're going to look at the account balance as well, compare it to yesterday. And I will warn you, it's down 6 figures on yesterday. But I'm still happy because we started it with $14,000. So you can't really get that bad, can it? Anyway, looking back at this account here, what we need to assess at this moment in time, just making sure my screen brightness is up. Yes, it is. We need to look at these trades. So you can see that currently I've got an unrealized profit on Bitcoin of $99,000. I've also got a realized profit on Bitcoin of $173,000. My entry on Bitcoin is $40,257, and the current price of Bitcoin is $1,250 above my entry. A little bit higher than what I'd like, but certainly I can sleep safe with that trade. There are trades within this bunch that I can't sleep safe with. The Dogecoin trade, small trade, very nice little profit, nothing major. It's the Ethereum trade here that's got me stressed out, because the Ethereum trade, I increased the value of it yesterday to $3 million. I actually increased it to $3.5 million and completely buggered up my entry. And that annoys me, does that? Because now my entry on this trade here is $2,197. The current price is $2,206. That gives me a margin of error right now of only $9. But a $9 difference in the price right now is resulting in a $12,000 profit. At the same time, I've already taken $93,000 profit on this. So I do have some margin for error here, but I'd rather not lose all of that profit trying to chase another pump. So I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on this trade, and I'm not going to be riding it down to zero. In terms of other trades that I've got open here, I've got Phantom, I've got one which is Harmony. I think Harmony is significantly undervalued, and I think this trade is going to pay off big time in the years to come. Injective, I don't know why I'm losing so much money on Injective. It's weird because it's only a small trade sizing. If I look at the actual trade sizing here, it's only a $55,000 trade size. It's just, I guess my entry must be just a bit too high. It's $2. And $2 resulting in a $7,000 loss, which is quite unpleasant. In terms of Chainlink right now, Chainlink, another one. This is a bit of a bugger for me because I still think Chainlink today is going to increase in price. I'm going to look at the chart of Chainlink in just a few moments' time. But if you look at this here, I've gone back on the computer. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. The entry on this trade is $16. The current price is $15.37. But if you look at the P&L right now, it's kind of horrendous. It's quite unpleasant. So there is that. You don't make every decision that's correct. Elrond losing a tiny bit, but I mean, it's basically my entry anyway. And then, of course, you've got Glimmer down here, and Glimmer is currently a $91,000 trade that is currently $300 in a profit, basically, at my entry. But those are the current positions that I've got open right now. I said we were going to look at Chainlink, so let's look at Chainlink on the chart and assess how Chainlink is performing right now. Because Chainlink right now is being, I mean, if we look at the actual, come on, there we go. That's the chart for Chainlink. Chainlink is performing pretty weird compared to Bitcoin. If you look at the Chainlink chart here, you can see that the current price is about $13.37. $15.37, sorry. But looking at this, come on, focus. There we go. You can see my entry is from the top of the range here, which is quite unpleasant. And I don't like the fact that my entry is from the top of the range. That's not good. It does mean that there is just less margin for error in this trade. When looking at it though, I do think we're going to have a bounce soon. And that's why I've been buying the dip on Chainlink. If we look at my entries here on the order history, does it say it on this chart? No, I must have done it on BYBIT. I must also have a trade open on BYBIT on this. Let's have a look here. Do I have a Chainlink trade up? Yeah, there we go. So this is the Chainlink trade that I opened earlier today on BYBIT. And if you look at the actual entry, I did a really good entry on this. The entry is from there, which is very nice. We like to make a profit on the trades here. But overall, I'm quite optimistic about the market right now. When looking at today's cryptocurrency news, Blackrock Bitwise file updated spot Bitcoin ETF applications with the SEC. Blackrock received $100,000 seed funding for their spot Bitcoin ETF. Blackrock ETF is poised to bring trillions into Bitcoin, according to the Street Crypto. El Salvador's now got $3.6 million of profit from their holdings of Bitcoin, and all of the countries all around the world said that they were going to exile El Salvador from the monetary system because they were buying Bitcoin. Well, now it turns out it was a good idea. Oh, who would have thought that? You know, we've been telling people on the internet this for years that buying Bitcoin is a good idea. He's the only guy to listen from the governments. Anyway, finally, Tether's Bitcoin holdings boast a $1.1 billion unrealized profit. That is pretty impressive. And you know what happens with their profits? Tether, well, the money that they make as an organization, a lot of people don't know this for some reason, but a lot of the money that Tether makes as an organization, 33% of all their profit goes back into buying Bitcoin. So the bigger that Tether gets, the more Bitcoin that Tether buys, and then the more Bitcoin that Tether accumulates, the more it sucks out of supply, and therefore the higher the Bitcoin's price goes. Bitcoin is about to experience a supply shock. We're going to see the price of Bitcoin rocketing to the moon very, very soon. I mean, it's already kind of getting there anyway. The one thing that I think we need to check in on here is the Bitcoin dominance right now. And I want to show you that Bitcoin dominance. The Bitcoin dominance has been rising a lot recently, but we might be possibly topping out here. And that might present a huge opportunity for the altcoin market, which means that later today, make sure you slap a like on today's video, by the way, and subscribe to the channel, especially if you're new. But it does mean that later today, I'm getting back on the main channel and I'm posting the first of many, many altcoin videos. Make sure you go over to my main channel that is linked in today's video description and subscribe to that channel. You don't want to miss these videos. They're very important, and a lot of these altcoins are going to do very well. I spent a lot of time researching them and investing into them and building up like investments and everything like that. I've spent so much time on this series. So make sure you go to that channel and subscribe. At the same time, subscribe to this one, especially if you are new. If you're interested in trading, check out BITGET. You'll find a link for it in today's video description. That's the exchange of which I've been trading on in today's video. And on that note, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's been useful, and I hope you're in significant profit right now. Goodbye.